In the vast, imaginative expanse of the DC universe, few concepts shine as brightly, or demand as much willpower, as the Green Lantern Corps. A cosmic police force, wielding rings powered by sheer determination, they stand as a beacon against fear. But the journey of the Green Lantern has been one of constant evolution, adapting through different eras and interpretations, reflecting the very nature of storytelling itself. Before the Emerald Armies patrolled the cosmos, the first spark of this incredible legacy ignited on Earth, imbued with a very different kind of power. The year was 1940 when the world first met a hero named Green Lantern. However, this was not the cosmic guardian many recognize today. Alan Scott, created by Martin Nodell and Bill Finger, was a railway engineer who survived a train wreck caused by a magically cursed lantern. This ancient artifact, crafted from a mysterious green flame that fell to Earth millennia ago, imbued him with incredible, almost mystical abilities. His powers were spiritual and magical, a stark contrast to the scientific origin that would later define the Green Lantern mythos. Alan Scott's adventures firmly planted him in the golden age of comics. His ring, born of magic, granted him flight, invulnerability, and the ability to project green energy constructs. Yet, it famously had one critical weakness: anything made of wood. This quirk, a relic of the Lantern's origin story, tied him directly to the pulp heroes of the era, where weaknesses often added a layer of relatable vulnerability to otherwise godlike powers. He was a lone champion, battling gangsters, saboteurs, and supernatural threats, not cosmic empires. As the Golden Age faded, so too did the prominence of many of its heroes. Alan Scott's stories became less frequent, eventually ceasing production as comic books shifted tastes and sales declined. The magical Green Lantern, while a foundational character, seemingly reached the end of his active career. However, the concept of a hero named Green Lantern, empowered by a mysterious green force, proved too compelling to simply disappear. It lay dormant, waiting for a new generation of creators to reimagine its core premise for a new, more scientifically minded age. The late 1950s saw a resurgence in superhero comics, spearheaded by DC's bold decision to revitalize its classic characters with new, modern interpretations. This Silver Age ushered in a focus on science fiction and cosmic adventure. In 1959, editor Julius Schwartz, writer John Broome, and artist Gil Kane spearheaded the complete reinvention of Green Lantern, departing entirely from Alan Scott's magical roots. They sought a hero for the atomic age, one whose powers were explained by advanced technology rather than arcane forces. This new Green Lantern was Hal Jordan, a fearless test pilot with an indomitable will. His origin began when he was summoned by a dying alien, Abin Sur, whose spaceship had crashed on Earth. Abin Sur was a member of an intergalactic police force, the Green Lantern Corps. With his last breath, Abin Sur passed his power ring and battery to Jordan, declaring him worthy. Hal Jordan became the first human member of this vast cosmic organization, entrusted with patrolling Sector 2814 and upholding order across the universe. At the heart of the Green Lantern Corps mythology were the Guardians of the Universe, diminutive, blue-skinned beings from the planet OA. They were the architects of the Corps, having harnessed the emerald energy of willpower to forge the power rings and batteries. Driven by a desire to maintain order and combat chaos, they had meticulously organized the universe into sectors, each assigned a Green Lantern. Their wisdom, often stern and unyielding, served as the guiding force behind the Corps, though their decisions were not without controversy. With Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern concept exploded in scope, transforming from a street-level magical hero into a cosmic epic. The Corps became an interstellar police force, its members hailing from countless alien species, each bringing their unique perspectives and abilities to the shared mission. The threats they faced were no longer mere criminals but universe-threatening entities, cosmic conquerors, and intergalactic conflicts. This expansion cemented Green Lantern's place as a cornerstone of DC's evolving science fiction narrative. The 1970s brought another significant evolution, the introduction of John Stewart in 1971. Created by Dennis O'Neil and Neil Adams, Stewart was an architect from Detroit chosen as a backup lantern for Hal Jordan. He was not just a replacement but a distinctive character, often portrayed as more pragmatic, outspoken, and politically aware. His introduction marked a pivotal moment for diversity in comics, presenting a black superhero in a prominent role, further broadening the representation within the Green Lantern mythos and DC Universe. As the Green Lantern mythology grew, so too did its roster of Earth-based lanterns. Guy Gardner, introduced in 1968, offered a stark contrast to Hal Jordan and John Stewart. Initially a backup for Hal, Guy became a full-fledged Lantern in the 1980s, known for his aggressive, abrasive personality and fiery temper. His often confrontational approach provided a unique dynamic within the Corps, challenging the traditional heroic archetype. He embodied raw, untamed willpower, sometimes to his own detriment, but always with unwavering conviction. The 1990s witnessed one of the most dramatic and controversial shifts in Green Lantern history. Following the destruction of his hometown, Coast City, Hal Jordan suffered a mental breakdown, becoming consumed by grief and rage. This led to him becoming Parallax, a villain who slaughtered most of the Green Lantern Corps and destroyed the central power battery on OA. This dark chapter was a stark, brutal deconstruction of the Silver Age hero, leaving the universe without its primary protectors and signaling a darker, more cynical era in comics. From the ashes of the Corps' destruction emerged a new, unlikely hero, Kyle Rayner. An aspiring artist, he was given the very last Green Lantern ring by Ganthet, the sole surviving Guardian. Kyle was initially naive and uncertain, but his creative mind allowed him to form intricate, imaginative constructs never before seen. He became the Last Lantern, a singular beacon of hope tasked with rebuilding the legacy of the Corps, carrying the immense burden of its past and the promise of its future on his shoulders. His journey was one of profound growth. The early 2000s ushered in an era of rebirth for many DC characters, and Green Lantern was no exception. Jeff Johns, with artists Ethan Van Sciver and Ivan Reis, orchestrated the spectacular return of Hal Jordan. It was revealed that Parallax was not Hal Jordan himself, but an ancient entity of fear that had possessed him. This storyline redeemed Hal, bringing him back to the light and setting the stage for the true rebirth of the Green Lantern Corps, restoring its cosmic glory and once again establishing its central role in the DC Universe. With the Corps restored, the mythology deepened significantly with the introduction of the emotional spectrum. This concept posited that the universe was permeated by different colors of emotional energy, each corresponding to a specific feeling and able to be harnessed into a power ring. Green represented willpower, but other emotions like fear, yellow, hope, blue, rage, red, compassion, indigo, love, violet, and avarice, orange, all formed their own distinct Lantern Corps. This expansion transformed the Green Lantern mythos into a vibrant tapestry of cosmic powers and philosophies. The revelation of the emotional spectrum led to a massive cosmic conflict, aptly named the War of Light, as these various Lantern Corps clashed, each believing their emotion held the key to universal order or destruction. This era introduced iconic characters like Sinestro leading his Yellow Lantern Corps of fear, and powerful entities associated with each emotion. It showcased a universe far more complex than just good versus evil, highlighting the nuanced interplay of cosmic forces and the diverse motivations that drive them. The expanding Green Lantern universe also brought forth new human lanterns, further diversifying the representation of Earth's protectors. Simon Baz, a Muslim American, debuted in 2012, showcasing a new perspective on heroism. Jessica Cruz, introduced in 2014, battled crippling anxiety, becoming a Green Lantern by confronting her deepest fears, a profound portrayal of overcoming personal struggle. These characters brought fresh, contemporary voices and challenges to the Corps, reflecting a more inclusive and complex world. From Alan Scott's magical ring to the vast, intergalactic reach of the Green Lantern Corps and the emotional spectrum, the Green Lantern has continuously evolved, adapting its core themes of willpower and courage across different eras. Each iteration has reflected the changing sensibilities of its time, while retaining the fundamental appeal of a hero who overcomes fear with sheer force of will. The concept has proven incredibly resilient, continually finding new ways to tell stories about heroism, responsibility, and the power of the human and alien spirit. The influence of Green Lantern extends far beyond the comic book pages. Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, in particular, have become iconic figures through animated series like Justice League and Green Lantern, the animated series, introducing the Corps to a wider audience. While live-action adaptations have faced their own challenges, the enduring appeal of the Green Lantern concept suggests that new interpretations and cinematic ventures are always on the horizon, testifying to the character's profound cultural impact and timeless narrative potential. The journey of the Green Lantern is a testament to the power of reinvention in storytelling. What began as a magical ring in the hands of a Golden Age engineer blossomed into a cosmic epic spanning universes and emotions. Each evolution has added layers to its rich tapestry, ensuring that the symbol of the Green Lantern remains a relevant and inspiring force. As long as there is fear to be overcome, and as long as there are those with the will to fight, the emerald light of the Green Lantern will continue to shine, eternally bright.